Hi everyone. As I promised that we will start probability and stats for data science using Python programming. So in the first session, we are going to understand the basic concept of probability. Before that, let me tell you what will be the objective of this course. So after finishing this course, you will be understand like you will be very comfortable with the probability concept, and you will also be comfortable with programming things. Like the concept you will learn in the probability, you will be able to implement into the Python programming, even in the any language. Like if you know R also, you can implement those concepts in R also. So we will teach you the some special library which we use extensive in probability, like NumPy, SciPy, Matplot. So like for numerical computation, we will learn NumPy. For modeling things or for stats thing, we will use SciPy, and for visualization, we will use the Matplotlib. So at the end of the course, you will get two skills. One will be probability things like the concept of probability, and then how to implement those concepts in Python so that you can apply this both skills in your upcoming projects. Okay, so this will be the objective of this course. So if you want to continue with this course, you need to know some basic Python programming. Okay, like what is the different data type, what is function, what is control structure in Python. We also need to understand like the basic statistical concept like mean, median, standard deviation. So this is more than enough. So let me tell you what are the topic which we will cover. So in this session, first we will start with the introduction of probability. So like we will understand what is probability, what is event, what is outcome, what is sample space, what is the probability space. Okay, so all this concept we will cover in this session. So let's start our session by understanding the probability. Okay, any idea what is probability? So it's very easy. Okay, uh, to explain you what is probability, let's take the very simple example. Let's suppose you are working in a bank. Okay, and there is a customer, first one. Okay, and he apply for the loan. Okay, and then you are working at a bank, so you will be the employee at the bank. So once the customer will apply for the loan, you have to decide that what is the probability that he will repay the loan, and what is the probability that he is not going to, or he will be defaulter. Okay, so basically you have to decide it. Basically what you're doing actually, so let's suppose if I'm saying that there is 70% chance that he will repay, that means what, there will 30% chance that he is going to be defaulter. So this is a one area where we use the concept of probability. And then with this example, you can understand like probability is basically chances. Okay, what is chance? What are the chances that he is going to be default basically? Okay, so now you can see if you sum up this 70 plus 30, this is going to be the 100. So basically probability of any event, if I'm saying, say what event is what, here is like he will be repay the loan or he will be the defaulter. So this is a event basically. So there is two possibilities which may happen here. So like he will repay or he will not. Okay, so this is basically, this is going to be the event. So if you, let's suppose the event of this like repaying the, this is going to be the 70% and this is going to be 30%. So overall summation will be 100. So if you take the probability of any event and if you sum up it, you will get the 100. So basically what you can say, the summation of probability is going to be the one basically. So probability belong from 0 to 1 basically. Okay, so if I'm saying that the probability of some event is 0, that means what, that is not going to happen. Okay, if I'm saying that probability of some event is 1, that means what, we are 100% confident that that is going to happen. For an example, if this customer apply for the loan and like let's suppose we have some mechanism, based on that we decide that he will pay or not. Okay, so let's suppose our mechanism saying that 1, that means what, 100%. That means what, we are 100% confident that he is not going to pay it. Okay, you got my point. So let's before diving into the uh, uh, probability in depth, we need to understand some basic terminology. So first we have to understand what is an experiment. Okay, so an experiment is any process that can produce a set of outcome. For an example, basically, if you are flipping a coin, okay, so let's suppose you are flipping a coin for 10 times. So every time you note down the result somewhere, okay. So this is going to be like it's going to be your experiment. Okay, so I think you are getting my point. Other will be rolling a die or drawing a card from deck. All are a example of experiment basically. So in if you want to understand in more real term, you can understand like this. Like let's suppose you have bunch of people. Okay, so let's suppose you have 100 people and you want to order some t-shirt for them. Okay, so what will be the like how you'll order it, like how many medium size or large size t-shirt or small size t-shirt, like how many will be there, large size, medium size and small size t-shirt, how you'll decide it. So the very simple way to decide is like that, go for each person and take the size of each person. It will take some time basically. Okay, we know that it will take some time. So what we can do in very simple, we can perform an experiment. Like we can randomly take 10 people and we can create sample like 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10 some people. And then for this 10 people, we will decide like what is the size, what is what basically like we can decide like what size t-shirt they need basically. So basically like instead of going through the like experiment, you can think in a simple word, you're doing experiment so that you can decide that what will be the what will be the probability of particular thing basically. So experiment, now you got my point. What is the outcome? Basically like in the previous example we are saying that if some customer is applying for the loan, then uh, uh, okay, so there is something called like he will pay or not. Are you getting my point? So basically, what will be the outcome? Okay, so will he pay or not? That will be your outcome basically. So so what like the possible things like when we're doing experiment, like for an example, if we're tossing a coin for 2 times, what we can get like head tail. Okay, so all this thing, or we can get tail head, or we can get tail. So this will be your outcome basically. Okay, so we can say like this, or it could be it could be any number of things also. So this will going to be outcome basically. So outcome is possible result of an experiment. If you flip a coin, the possible outcome will be head or tail basically. Okay, sorry for this example. Okay, so you can say a simple example like, or you can get head or tail. You cannot get something different. Okay, so there is two things only. Uh, then what is a sample space? Sample space, you can think like that. So if you're doing experiment, you there is two possibility that like you can get only head or tail. So how many combination you can get basically? Like what will be the sample size? Are you getting my point? The sample size is set of all possible outcomes for an experiment. For an example, if you flip a coin, so the sample will be head or tail. So if you flip a coin 2 times, so this will be your sample space basically. Okay. And now next is the event. What is the event? So an event is a set of outcome of an experiment. For an example, if you roll a die, and then if I say uh, what will be the how like what will be the event of rolling an even number basically. So basically, if you roll a die, you can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So this will be your event. Sorry, it will be your sample space. So from this sample space, if I say that what will be the event of getting even number, so only this 3 number will be your even number. So this is going to be your event basically. And then what will be the probability? So probability is very simple. So if I say that if you roll a die 1 time, okay. So what is the probability that you'll get 1? So out of 6, getting 1 is like 1/6 basically. So this is the total size of sample space, and this will be the number of time you can get 1 basically. The probability is a measure of likelihood of an event occurring basically. And so as I start of the session, I also mentioned that probability always belong from 0 to 1. So 0 is my like the event which is impossible. 1 is like the event is certain to occur. Okay. So for an example, if like as I told you here, if probability of rolling a 1 on a 6-sided die is 1/6, that is probability is going to be 16% around. Okay. Now this is going to happen. So if you want to understand in terms of code, just a minute, let me tell you. Okay, so what is this? Uh, so what is experiment? Like what are the things we have seen in the theory? Now we will implement in the code also. So the very first thing, we're importing some library like random. So random will be basically like if you have like how random function work, like you can read the document also. So from the random library, we have method called choice. This method taking list. Okay, here what we are doing, we are passing event. Okay, so like in our example, the bank example, where we are saying that what is the possibility that customer will pay or not. So in that case, this list will be filled with two things like pay or not. Okay, so random is like that. Like if you run it multiple time, you will get different value assigned here. So let me show you. Okay, so just a minute. Let me execute this code. So for an example, if I am commenting this out, and now if I am printing coin flip, so let's see what you get. You get hit basically. Now if I rerun it, I'm getting some different value. If I rerun, I'm now getting tail value. So basically what is happening, like if uh this function like choice function will select any random event from this uh, things which we have in the list basically. Okay, so this is going to be the like we are doing experiment. Okay, so one time experiment, now we get tail. Now next time we do experiment, now we get head. So we are noting down it every time. So this is going to be the experiment basically. Same thing we can think like let's suppose you want to roll a 6-sided die basically. So if you roll a die, so you can get number from 1 to 6. So for that things we have random in function basically. So what is happening here? It will generate random number between 1 to 6. Okay. So now you can execute this code, you can see it. Okay. So that is going to be the very simple. Drawing a card from a deck. So this thing also can be, you can think, okay. So I will share this notebook with you. So you can do an experiment. So this is very simple example to understand what is an experiment. So if you have a certain event, now you can do the experiment multiple times to collect the like to get the idea like how this is happening. Like if I'm saying that if you're tossing a coin, okay, so 10 times. So note down the result like every time what you're getting. Like if you experiment one time, you got head, next time you got tail, next time you got head. At the end, like let's suppose you got 10 head and 7 let me tell you this is what I'm trying to tell you. Let's suppose you toss a coin 10 times, so you got 7 time head and 3 time tail. And then if I will ask that what is the probability of getting head, then you will say that 10/7. And what is the probability of getting tail is going to be the 3/10. Okay. So this is number of time you got head, and this number of time you got tail basically. If you do the experiment 10 times. So this is something random experiment doing. Okay. So we'll explain this thing in the okay. So what is the outcome? Outcome is very simple. If you do so, like if you flip a coin, okay, so you can get only two things, head or tail. You cannot get something else. Okay, you cannot get Narendra Modi or any XYZ things. Okay, you will only get head or tail. If you roll a die, you can get only like if you roll a 6-sided die, from so you'll only get the outcome from 1 to 6 basically. So that is and what is the sample space? Sample space is like all possible outcome which we can get. So basically what we're doing now, you can see here the value which we have in the list. What we're doing, we're putting into the set basically. So we know that like in the Python, if you put anything in the set, we'll get the unique value basically. Okay. Uh, Set is like you can say there is no duplicate allow. So you can do experiment. So for an example, if something is repeated, you will not get multiple times. And then what is a event? Event is like that. If I will say that if you toss, if I roll a die, and then what will be the number of like what will be the event for getting even number? This is going to 2, 4, 6. Now always remember like this is a This is I am putting into the set. Okay, like if we have double 2 or double 4, we'll consider is one time basically. Now let's understand what is the probability. So okay, so if you have like if you roll a die, let's suppose what will the sample space? You will be get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then I'm asking that what is the probability of getting uh, even number? Okay, so how to read this notation? Like I am saying that what is the probability of getting even number? So before that, we have to understand like uh, like how many element we have as a even number. So the event for that one, let's suppose if I'm saying that t, so only even number we have 2, 4, and 6. So 3 out of 6, 3 things are like even number. So the probability is going to be 3 by 6 of getting even number. If I will say that what is the probability of getting odd, so you can again calculate 1, 3, and 5. Again, this is 3 by 6. Okay. So hope I'm able to explain you the basic probability. Okay, this is very basic. Like if you're new to the probability, it will definitely help you. So in this very simple way, if you want to implement in the code, how to implement it, very simple. So let's suppose uh, die outcome, like if you have 1 to 6, okay, then what you're doing basically, you are finding the probability like 1 by total outcome, and then to get the probability of even probability, what you're doing, like how many number we have in the event list, and then we're dividing by the total outcome. Okay, so hope you understood the basics of probability. Now it's time to solve some problem, then it will be very easy for us. Let's solve the first coding question. We have to write a program to simulate flipping a coin 100 times and calculate the probability of getting head and tail. So basically what we're doing, actually you're doing experiment. What kind of experiment? We're flipping a coin 100 times. Okay. And then we have to find out how many head, like basically in short, what is the probability of getting head and tail? So let's implement this thing. Okay, it's very simple. So basically what we're doing, okay, let me explain the questions, and then once you do answer also. So basically what is happening, let's suppose we have head and we have tail count. Okay, we are storing in some variable. So what we're doing, actually we are doing experiment 100 times. Okay, so out of 100 times, let's suppose we got 80%, 80 times head and 20 times tail. And then you can simply calculate probability of head, getting head is going to be the out of 100 times, 80 times we got head. So this will be the probability of getting head. And similarly, the probability of getting tail will be the 20 by 100. So basically how to code it. So we are declaring two variable to store the to remember the number of head we are getting and number of tail we are getting basically. Okay. Okay. Now you got my point. And now what we are doing, actually, we have to flip coin 100 times basically. So basically what we're doing, we created one function, flip coin, and in this function what we're doing, basically from the random library we're choosing the choice, and then let's suppose if you execute this code one time, you can get head or you can get tail. So if you get head, you will increase the count of head. If you get tail, you will increase the count of tail basically. So what we're doing basically here, like we're iterating it 100 times. So very first time what will happen, you will call the function. After calling the function, you might get head or you can get tail. So if you get head, it will compare with this if block, and then it will increase the count of head. If it is not head, it will count the tail. So based on that, it will this loop will go for 100 times. Once you will get this number updated number, what you'll do, you are dividing by 100 even, like this basically. Now you got the probability. Okay. Now you got my questions. Sorry, you got my solution. This is very simple. Okay, so similarly, like this, you can solve this problem also. write a program to simulate rolling a six-sided die 100 times, then calculate the probability of each number. Like what is the probability of getting 1, 2? Very similar to this solution basically. Okay, this is nothing hard. Let me show you the solution here. Okay, so how to solve this problem? Very simple. So now you have to, like, instead of tracking the number of head and tail like previous problem, you have to track the number of times you are getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So how to track it? We created one list. In the list, initially we assign value for each event, like 0, 0, 0, like getting 0 is getting 1 is 0, getting 2 is 0. All this thing we set to the 0 basically. And then what we're doing basically, we define one function and we are calling it 100 times. So each time what is happening, it will selecting the random value from 1 to 6. So if it is 1, so it will increase the count of that particular event by 1 basically. Understood? And then what we're doing, so once we get everything, uh, once we get everything, so what we're doing, we're iterating the all value. Like let's suppose we got, let's suppose this is got 36 times. So the probability of getting 1 is going to 36 by 100. So we have to do same thing for this also. Say this also. So we're iterating here. And then once we get everything, we're just iterating it for displaying the result. Okay, understood? Now you can see. So probability is going to be this for each and every event. So hope you guys understood what is probability. Okay, so this is not this is not a complete explanation for the probability, but this is a very basics, and this is very like you can start your journey by understanding this concept. So if you want to implement anything, so what you can do, you can start your journey from the, like, if you understood everything, you can implement these two questions. Okay, and then you will feel confident that you know understood everything about the not everything but the basics of probability. So in upcoming session we will continue from here and we will see it in more depth. Thank you so much for joining the session. Bye bye, take care.